Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a Boy Howdy campaign for you, only going to be able to cover Garland Stand as the first round Limestone Bridge, where the Union won pretty dominantly. I was having Wi-Fi issues, but before we get into this, thank you to our YouTube members for the support. If you'd like to support, go beneath the video, hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. So our regiments for today, on the CSA side, you have the 7th South Carolina, the Kentucky Orphans, 1st North Carolina, Stonewall Brigade, Gregg's Brigade, 2nd Kentucky, 14th Tennessee, 7th Louisiana, Army of Northern Virginia, and the Archers Brigade, whereas on the Union side you have the 65th Illinois, 1st Minnesota, Midwest Brigade, 6th Arkansas, 2nd United States Sharpshooters, Eagles Brigade, I Corps, and the Irish Volunteer Brigade. I will say, this was the original sides, but they flipped for this round, so sides on the CSA left side are going to be on Union, and the sides listed on the Union side will be playing CSA for this round. Before we get into this, our server pop right now is 255. In balance is 11 towards the Union side. Artillery-wise, Union has 19. The CSA have 12. So there is currently a 4-man infantry in balance in favor of... Oh, never mind. It is... Jeez. Big imbalance, regardless, infantry-wise. Quickly, there's some charges and stuff going on already. And Union full sent this CSA right. And it looks like the CSA was able to hold this. A little more charging still going on. And this is what you can normally expect with Garland Stand. So, before we get into the strategy of Garland Stand, frontline reporters today showing from the Union side, you have Cloud from the Army of Northern Virginia, and then on the opposite side, you have Conflicts from the Irish Volunteer Brigade. Appreciate these guys so we can see what's going on on the ground, but also what's going on in the sky. So, with this underway, the Garland Stand map, it is a 19% ticket advantage to the attacking side, that being the Union. And the Union has a very difficult job on this map, because this map, as time has gone on, as we've had in the larger server pops, the defenders have had a lot more of an advantage on this map. Now, Union generally like to charge this CSA right side, which Union just did, and you can see the consequences that can come with that charge, because Union is now down a considerable amount of tickets, and it can be rough on this map to catch back up. Union can also push on this CSA left side. It is a lot more in the open, though, which is why you see Union normally charging that Union left side instead of this Union right side. And a big reason for why CSA has a huge advantage on this map is because of the weaponry. CSA is the 13th and the 20th North Carolina. Each of those regiments has the option of choosing the Springfield 55, the Enfield, and the Springfield 42. So they've got buck and ball, and that buck and ball shoots like a shotgun. It's very effective defensively, and what can you do as an attacker when you have to charge towards a whole enemy team that has a buck and ball? Meanwhile, the Union attackers, they don't have that. They have the 30th and the 12th Ohio. The 30th Ohio can choose the Springfield 55 or the Springfield 61, and the 12th Ohio Regiment can choose between the Lorenz and the Springfield 61. So, it's a rough map for Union. Union, I wouldn't be surprised if they spent some time reforming and trying to get in a little bit of a shootout with the CSA. With the increased accuracy, that generally goes in favor of the attackers, because shootouts from any sort of distance, assuming each side has the same amount of flags, generally those shootouts will yield a 1-to-1 trade. And with increased accuracy, that means people are hitting their shots way more often. If people are hitting their shots more often, that means people are dying. And since this trade is generally a 1-to-1 trade, what that means is, since the attackers have a higher sum of tickets than the defenders, over time the defenders are going to lose a higher percentage of their tickets than the attackers. And so I won't be surprised if we see the Union shoot this out for a while. Another reason why they might do that is because their officers in this event, they don't have a Steam chat. So if they want to communicate, they got to send runners in game, or the officers have to chat with each other. And that can be very difficult to do. It can be difficult to coordinate things. So, and lastly, biggest thing with this map is the time for the Union, right? Because you saw what, I mean, we didn't see the charge per se, but we saw the result of the charge, right? Union was down a considerable amount of tickets. And as an attacker, you don't want to get too deep in the hole in tickets, Because if you're too deep in the hole, then you're going to eventually hit your last stage first, the final push. The black timer's going to go down, and the defenders are going to have a huge ticket lead and be able to hold that point. But if you go with this shootout, which is catching the Union back up with tickets, I mean, you can see the tickets are back even. If Union keeps this shootout going, they're going to kill a lot of time doing it. So it's an offset, right? Union needs to get a little bit of a lead with the tickets and the shootout and then charge in. They got to manage that well and hope that those charges do really, I mean, okay for them. They don't have to work great, but looks like we have some movement from A and V up in the center side, getting up on this zone wall. CSA is normally here, but they're not.
We have the wall. Let them know. Let them know. We have the wall.
Watch this.
And you actually have the Union artillery pushing their guys up here. More Union are shifting up here. TKO's moving up as well. And it's a little surprising to see the CSA let the Union roll up here like this, and CSA's moving in to charge them out.
And boys, moving in. Fuck him.
On the fence, independent fire, fire rail, shoot!
Independent fire.
Hot barrels. Back off the fence to real.
And you got more 6 Arkansas. Looks like they are balanced on the Union side. They're now charging in. 7th LA going in as well. And this is honestly a perfect charge for the Union. CSA's not moving in all together. You got a lot of CSA down here that either don't know that this is going on or think their friendlies can take it. Regardless, Union's getting a long, drawn-out charge here where groups are slowly moving in. And the longer these charges go, the better it's going to be for an attacker because it's bringing everybody's tickets down. You can see both sides are almost to engage by the 32.5-minute mark, which is really, really good for Union. Generally, you want to get the defenders down to engage by the 30-minute mark. Unfortunately, though, Union lost 2 of their flags here, which is not good. Union's not going to be able to get those respawns there, which is not good. Although CSA have momentarily lost 1 flag. Greg's brigade charged out this side, but CSA should be able to move back out and get it.
Officer.
Union over there.
Flag, come back.
So CSA is going to be able to reform up here first, and I assume they're going to keep guys here. A big thing on this map, right, is these flags, these respawns. And all those Union guys that are on that company, they have to spawn back at main now that they're dead. And if they die going forward without their teammates having that flag, they'll have to spawn in over there and run all the way over here. And they're out of the fight for, a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And that could be a real dilemma for the Union, especially considering half the Union team is on those flags. So, nice move from I-Corps here to just kind of hold the spot. You got 65th up here as well, Illinois. Regardless, though, that was a great charge for the attackers, and that's an opportunity you don't often get on Garland stand as a Union. But we'll see if they get these flags back up. There's a 5-minute despawn timer on them, so regardless, Union will get them back. It's just a matter of time. And if a Union guy does go up run, picks the flag back up, and then tries to run away with it and get shot, then it restarts that timer, which I almost wonder if you see like a Union Rambo run up trying to get the flags. If you're CSA, if you just let him pick up that flag and then shoot him right away. I feel like that could be a strategy used a little more often these days.
Shift left.
Shift left. Back down, boys. Let's go, I-Corps. Break your loose.
But I-Corps now starting to shift off. CSA returning to those positions, and if they all pull off, Union might be able to snag those flags back up and continue what they're doing now. Union's slightly ahead. It looks like CSA is going to drop to engage first.
Moving right. They're moving right. All right, company, maintain fire. They're on the south.
So CSA using these rocks to their advantage as they should. Union, interestingly, has moved up kind of in the center road. Normally, Union's hold back there where TKO is, but got some more TKO pushed up, and then you got GB up here as well. You can kind of see CSA shooting that bucking ball, but it's still going to be very good on Garland's despite its nerf. Meanwhile, opposite side of the map, you do have some Union maybe trying to make an attempt. They're bringing a flag with them. CSA, I-Corps shifted back down here, took some shots, and the Union backed off. Maybe they saw Union shifting this way and moved down to intercept that move. and they'll be able to do that.
Get over here, fellas. Over here.
Head northwest.
I mean, generally as an attacker, as long as you keep the tickets fairly even, you're in a great spot. So Union Rambo's running up and getting the flags, and it looks like they're trying to get over the fence. Who do you got over here? You got Old Bones here from 7th LA. Good pickup. DFD, I think I saw the name there. He was getting the flag, but he got shot down. And that flag is a 5-minute despawn timer reset to it. I got Southern Time running up, trying to get it. And he's going to go down, but it gets a little closer. So you got some Archers Brigade artillery guys trying to run up here. I don't know why they are. Unless they didn't know that the enemy had taken that position back. But it is a little surprising to see. I mean, what? Union has 17 guys on artillery. Now 16. And that's a lot for this map. Reason being that, I mean, the Union guns spawn all the way down here. You can see where those caissons are, the more advanced caissons. I don't know what you want to call those, but they got to roll the cannons and the caissons up here, and you can see that's what they're doing now. It's just a rough map. Maybe they're going to have guys get off artillery once they push all of these things up here, but you got to push them all the way through the woods here. Generally, they hold them around here. I assume they've pushed up a gun by now. Yeah, you got one gun, two guns right here. Looks like they're pointing down to that corner, so maybe Union's going to try to make an attempt that way. I don't know. But even though you roll the guns up here, it can be a difficult angle to kind of see where the CSA's at. Normally, artillery isn't that effective on this map for both sides. CSA artillery, though, has a little better of a point because Union is charging at them.
Looks like they're getting repelled
So,
a bit up north.
CSA hit engaged, but again, the pace, it's starting to get maybe a little concerning for the Union side. Like, they got to charge within the next minute or two and bring everyone down. Unfortunately for them, CSA is a little more congested in the center here.
Oh, you're live, Rusty. You're live.
Rusty, get your lazy ass up. What are you doing laying down? People are dying out here.
Only an artillery shot whizzed by his head.
Oh, they have the tree on the far right. Yep. First man's got it. Give him hell, Jimbo.
So again, Union can't do this all day. I mean, shooting is a lot more effective with the recent update being over a month ago now, but it's not. We're gonna start figuring out how good the sit and shoot meta is as time kind of progresses, and it also depends on the map Union hits engage. But for this map, Union can't sit and shoot. Here they come though. They're starting to push up a little bit. It looks like it's the 14th Tennessee. Because the thing is, right, we're in a lot of Union shifting up this way, and we're about to see the charge we missed at the beginning. Union full sending the CSA right side.
People who download are fucking bitches. Just saying.
Fucking get in there, boys. Fucking get in there.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
And Union right now making some momentum. They're also pushing up towards the center here. Union have won on this side, trying to get some flags in the process. Union kind of gets repelled in the center, not sending as much of a force, but Union's starting to get a ticket lead here. You can really see the effects of not having a Steam chat on this map is if CSA has Steam... Oh, I guess CSA won there in the end. It was looking good for Union, but looks like Midwest Brigade came in here and cleaned it up.
They're running.
So, I know that's the thing with the Steam chat, right, is the CSA in the center. Some Union was harassing them, which is why they stayed there, but a lot of the Union was able to get in there and melee pretty quickly, and CSA just didn't respond. Again, maybe they didn't respond because they saw the Union here, but you can definitely see the impact of no Steam chat on a map like this. Because it's like Eastwood Skirmish. If the defending team can bounce back and forth to different areas of the map really quickly and communicate, or just visualize where their opponent is and react quickly, if they can do that well, then it's going to be really difficult for an attacker to do anything. And actually, you got some more Union pushing up to this side. TKO, 6 Arkansas, A&B's going in.
Keep going.
IVB's moving into counter.
Oh shit, sorry.
Come here, boy. Come here, boy. Ah.
Yankee Dash!
Oh, blah. Gotcha.
Keep killing 53rd. Keep killing. Keep killing. Here we go, boys.
Ooh, getting good kill.
Nice shot.
And CSA, Eagles Brigade, IVB is going to hold that pretty well. Not a whole lot of Union went across, but again, you got to start dealing with ticket drain on the CSA. So that charge, even though inherently might not have gained you a whole lot of tickets, your job as Union at this point is you got to bring everyone down. I mean, CSA slightly ahead at this point. Union down halfway through engaged. And you need to hit the defender to take in losses by
is 14th able
the
to
20-minute
shift
mark,
around and
if
go
possible.
up the road, or maybe through the corn and try and hit him that way?
Can we shift
Just
around and
independent
hit the road?
Oh, talk to me. What are you
Here,
talking about?
I'm asking if you're able to shift around the long side and independent fire, maybe get to that house and try and shoot him that way.
On the right side? Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a good number.
Here from me.
Just give me a second.
Yep, you're good.
Oh, 7 checks and reloads.
Yeah, we'll
Unfortunately for them, CSA is... they actually, ICOR kind of pulled off. Maybe they notified their friendlies of the charge. But if you will notice, what are these artillery guys doing? They could have a rifle and be shooting towards the CSA. I mean, how many does the Union still have on artillery here? 13. They're getting less, so it looks like both sides are kind of taking off guys on artillery when they've kind of figured things out. But it's like Union can't afford guys to be sitting around and doing nothing, which I guess you see here as well. So
However you want to do it, that's just my
I just don't think Union, it's worth for them to take 13 manpower, which it wasn't as bad as last round. I think the Union who played CSA last round had 21, and the CSA who are now on... yeah, no, sorry. I think CSA, who are now Union this round, CSA last round had 21 on the artillery, and the Union who are now playing CSA had 11 on the artillery last round. So it's a lot less on both sides, but regardless. Holy crap, you can see that volley. A lot of shots going up, trying to hit the heads of people. Obviously, they've got some cover here, and Union's using it as well. I think they're crouching with the flag. That's a new thing.
The out of line area, I can go around to the left.
Surprised to see a flag crouching. That doubles the respawn time. Anyways, speaking of that 14th Tennessee move, I assume... No, it's 27th Virginia. Part of Stonewall Brigade pushing up, taking a couple shots there. 14th and some 7th LA guys are shifting around to this side as well, which... Why are there 3 artillerymen for the Union over here? Oh!
Get up, keep going.
that's that's not a bad spot for CSARD. And it looks like they were alerted somehow. I think someone is shifting down. ICOR? Yeah, they're shifting back down. I wonder if they're like, hey, if you hear us shoot the artillery piece on this side, gun it down here. Or maybe they just saw him. Who knows? But it looks like they're just trying to harass. And we got to watch the rest of the Union because they've... these few guys have pulled down a larger CSA force, and that could maybe leave some wiggle room for the Union to charge up top.
Yeah, you ain't taking these guns, boy. Spam T, boys. Spam T.
Yeah, it looks like the artillery guys were just providing maybe a little support with the swords. But rest of Union doesn't really push up, and I assume ICOR, after getting formed up, is going to shift back to the center. So it's kind of those little things, that can greatly impact you. I just don't know if it was communicated across the team or not, but similarly with the CSA not reacting as quickly to Union charging on one of their extreme flanks, it can be the same way for the Union side, who has to, deal with trying to communicate big movements across the map like we just saw there. I mean, they didn't do a big movement, right, but you know, they could have, and maybe it's difficult to communicate. Anyways, Union's bonsai center, which, you know, better late than never. I-Corps is still holding down by that little church over there, or house. And Union's going to push up onto this stone wall again. This is the second time CSA has let this happen.
Boys, we're Virginia. Union Border Patrol. Union Border Patrol. Seize the field.
And you got CSA reinforcements starting to move in from the wood line to hold this stone wall. A lot of smoke. And CSA, at least holding this for now. You got a couple more Union groups trickling in a little later. But you got some CSA trickling in late as well. And they're...
Let them charge us. Let them charge us.
They're just kind of popping shots. No one's really charging at each other. Looks like I-Corps coming back from the center there. CSA's kind of put a little wall there. Hello. Union, both sides had taken losses. So this was, again, a good charge from Union. Looks like they didn't lose any flags. They kept them back this time, which I don't mind. You don't want to take ground. There's no need to really bring up the flags. If you're just looking to deal some damage, don't bring your flags up as an attacker all the time.
Oh, got you. Got you, you're dead.
So more Union trickling up now. I think Union's just trying to keep the charge going to bring the tickets down, but CSA a little more formed up than the Union is. And Union eventually, Union Arty guys are charging in there. What the heck? So it looks like CSA, it kind of built a little wall here. Kind of. Looks like it. I mean, they got more stuff down here. Yeah, they're building walls. They flipped a caisson. So it looks like they built that. But you can see this is the interesting thing. I mean, we're at 250, right? Yeah, 250. And I mean, that's a fair amount of people. But when you start to get to 300 and 350 players, a lot of these skirmish maps, in my opinion, are becoming way too small for these type of player counts. And the reason being, right, you can see CSA, they've had a lot of their guys kind of on this right-ish side, the CSA right side, and I-Corps kind of been hopping back and forth between the center and the CSA left. And there's been holes in the CSA line, and Union's taken advantage of them, and they're able to make this match close. And that's a good thing to see. But what happens is when you start to get 300 and 350 players, the defenders now don't have someone like I-Corps being forced to flip between a flank and the center. I-Corps can hold in the center, and our additional, 50 guys on each side, which is 50 on CSA, could defend all over here. And so a lot of the times you'll see maps, like a lot of the downtown Harper's Ferry maps, which include Shenandoah Street, downtown, High Street, right? Those maps become brain rot in the sense that attackers it's a very tiny map. All attackers can do is spawn in and charge. That's all they can do. There's no strategy to it, and it's a little unfortunate in my opinion. Which is why, outside of a few maps in skirmish mode, like Redoubt and Colquitt's Defense, maybe there's another one or two, but I'm not thinking off the top of my head. Like, a lot of these maps should be capped, in my opinion, at 200 to 250 players. And then Conquest and Contention, even though I don't like the game modes, they're great for the large player count. They should have had, in my opinion, a smaller skirmish mode, which is focused more on intense officer gameplay. That being where officers, can try to outsmart their opponent by outflanking them, having deception and whatnot. They could be doing that. And then you have brigade mode, which is a much larger map, and you're fighting over consecutive points in a row. Kind of like Battlefield 1 operations. If I was at least running this game, that's what I would do. But we're here now, so it is what it is. And a lot of these events, another point to add, a lot of events I've seen have outright banned High Street as a map, because it's just, it's really CSA biased, but CSA charge once they win, and it's just, you rarely see, even on pubs, you rarely see the downtown Harper's Ferry maps being played. You rarely see Harper's Ferry being played anymore at all, which is a little unfortunate. I've seen Maryland Heights once in probably like 6-7 months, and the one time I saw it, the Union side protested by just sitting in their spawn. So something's got to change. We'll see though. Union's pushing in again.
Huzzah! Don't go to the pay taxes,
Get
rebel.
into him, A and B.
Pay your
Let's
damn
go.
taxes.
Witness me!
Union Border Patrol! Union
Wait,
Border
guys,
Patrol!
y'all chill, y'all chill, y'all chill.
CSA starting to countercharge up again. And it looks like Union, some are trying to do a little end around here. Doesn't look like a lot, though. CSA are holding this and still have a ticket lead here. Union not charging it all on that side, despite them having a fair amount of guys over there. Union lost one flag over here. Meanwhile, in the wood line, IVB is holding against 6 Arkansas here. Midwest Brigade with IVB as well.
Good job, dude.
And so now that ticket gap heavily in CSA's favor. I mean, I would almost argue skirmish needs to be at, a 200 pop. So the devs did say, after much discussion yesterday in the War of Rights Discord, saying that the next update is going to feature a bunch of ticket balances, which the game desperately needs. So, bunch of charging happening here. And looks like 14th and 27th Virginia here are going to be able to get this side. They can cap the point, I think, around the center of my screen on the stone wall. They can cap if they want, which, I mean, Union, they probably need a little more time at this point. The issue for Union is tickets at this point, right? It's difficult. As mentioned earlier, right? You either have to charge a lot as Union to get everyone's tickets down, but you're going to lose because they have shotguns and you don't. Or you sit and shoot, but then you run out of time. Hopefully, the ticket balance update, which I don't know when that's going to come out, hopefully that fixes this map.
Got one. I set that Yankee to hell.
So CSA starting to I-Corps starting to throw these guys out again. Some holding inside, most holding out.
You're by yourself, buddy.
You ready to brace?
I mean, these auto lines here are going to help Union a little more.
You're gonna die here, dude.
But
All dead. All dead.
the thing, it's so they're going to get that wipe there. Union almost into breaking CSA, a little over halfway through taking losses. So it's a rough spot for Union. I mean, at this point, right, Union needs to, it's rough. Yeah, I think Union's got to shoot it out for a couple minutes here to bring that ticket gap closer. But you can only do that for like 2 or 3 minutes, and then you have to charge again. Because I have not seen Union successfully take the point while CSA is still there. Like, Union needs to hit them in the last stand and wipe them so they can't respawn at that point to take the point and win. The only time I think I've seen Union take the point and like early cap it, not win, right, or just early cap it, was when Union started the round, they bonsai'd this side and just capped it from that point where I mentioned a couple minutes ago. They just stayed on this side and capped it. And Union was going to win this game. Don't remember what event it was, but I know 5th Corps was at least on Union's side. But Union was holding this for like 10-15 minutes, and then half of them just left the point, and CSA retook it. And it was like the most confusing thing I've ever seen. It's like they were holding it fine, then they all left. So maybe we're seeing Union try to do that. You got TKO and A and V starting to shift down towards this Union right side, but the thing is they can't wait. The longer an attacker does anything, really, on these maps, it's going to give more time for the defenders to realize what's going on and react. Now, obviously, as an attacker, you want to be organized, but you can't take too long. So, that being said, Union's just going for it right away. They're bringing, I see 3 Union flags, which a strategy I would like to see a little more in Garland's is infantry all charging one side and the flags going to the other side while that charge is happening, so everyone's spawning in, going to the other side of the map. Seen it once, and it did okay. Did a lot better than what I'd normally see. So, Union's putting a lot of pressure on this side. I-Corps is going to be able to hold for a moment. Looks like 1st Minnesota has shifted down with them. You got Union approaching from the open field. Top side of your screen as well. A little hard to see there with the smoke.
You better die, Yankee. You better die.
Union's going to drop into breaking. CSA, though, dropping there as well. And points starting to go in Union's favor. Union holding this well. 1 flag down. Eagles Brigade's over here as well. CSA starting to shift back towards the center right now. Union could pull this off. Union hit breaking. CSA about to drop as well. If I was Eagles Brigades and 1st North Carolina's in a risky spot here. They don't want to force their team into breaking.
Maintain independent fire, boys. Maintain independent fire.
That's a huge pickup there from Legendary. Meanwhile, you got Union starting to shift this way. Union just needs to get on point right now. They can start capping it. Here comes some more CSA pushing out of the woods. Some of the Union charging out at them. 2nd U.S. Sharps going to the rocks. They're pulling off point. And meanwhile, you got Union shifting up center. I don't know why Union's overextending like this to charge CSA. Get on the, I guess you're wanting to try to hit them down to breaking. Here comes IVB out of the wood line pouring in shots, but someone from CSA's got to get on point. And here comes IVB.
Officer on the road.
Both sides now in breaking. CSA starting to take it back. It's very slowly now starting to go. You got more CSA reinforcements pouring down from the top. Points starting to go back in Union's favor as Union respawns now pushing up from that church. Flags are going to be a huge thing here. Points still going in Union's favor. CSA trying to take it. No shot. This is pulled off. Especially more CSA are dipping out of the woods onto the point. They need to charge in. Nice arty shot from Union there. And Union's actually going to win this. Ah, that's embarrassing for CSA. Wow. That's real embarrassing for CSA. I haven't seen that in a long time. I don't remember the last time Union won by just capping on breaking. That's real impressive by the Union. And you can kind of see exactly what I was talking about with the comms, right? Because CSA got overwhelmed on CSA left and the CSA right just didn't know about it. They only really saw it when Union started to take the point. And at that point, CSA was just getting defeated in detail as Union had all their flags and pushed it across. So, good game from the Union, which I guess was CSA originally. But anyways, with that all being said, apologies again for the Wi-Fi or I guess Ethernet issues during the first round. Again, I think I got it fixed, but won't know until we do more broadcasts, and it actually consistently works for a couple of weeks. So hopefully that's the case. Regardless, though, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed nonetheless. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel more, hit the join button beneath the video. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, though, got other stuff like our Discord in the description, and we will see you all in the next one. Have a wonderful rest of your night.